Let's see if it works now. Otherwise it's less attempt. This LinkedIn stuff is so boring. I don't know why it doesn't work. I'm sorry to all of the folks that had to go through the on and off stream. I'm just trying to fix LinkedIn live stream because apparently it just doesn't work. Can it be my browser? I don't know. This will work as yeah, I don't think it will work on LinkedIn, but yeah, fuck it. Let's go. Let's see what the guy did. Let's do npm run dev. Okay, localhost is working. Okay, Galaxy is moving, nice. Can we make it move faster or? Auto rotate speed. Let's see where it is. Here. Okay. Control smoothness of damping. Let's make it, I don't know, 0.5. Maybe it moves a little bit faster now. Okay, we got an issue. Okay, well, if you make, let's say 1.5, too fast now. 1.0 maybe, still too fast. 0.6. Okay, now it looks nice. Now it looks nice. I'm sorry guys for going on and out of the live stream for so many times. Out this tree can delete forever. Are we also live on Twitch? Yeah, we're live. LinkedIn doesn't work. Sorry to say. But it does not work. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Probably I'm doing something wrong, but yeah, it simply doesn't work. Do I delete this? You guys want to see one of the scissors we use for trimming? We just got them fresh from Japan. We got the shikamasa. How do I change this? You guys can see me, right? I think so. Yeah, perfect. So we got the these are the scissors. These are the Shikamasa CRI 550 SRF, recommended by my good friend Telmo. And yeah, this is the scissor we use for trimming, so it's a little bit curved in the edge. And yeah, they're made in Japan. They're very very high quality, and they're very good because the effort you make to open and close is pretty much zero. It's very light on the touch. The handle is also very ergonomic, but also the good thing is that these ones, they come with a fluorine coating, and the reason is to prevent the resin from the cannabis plant to stick so heavily to the metal, because when you're trimming the cannabis buds or the cannabis flowers, there's all of these trichomes that are releasing the resin inside, and they are pretty much just like going all over the places, your fingers, your gloves, everything. And so the scissors that you are using rapidly become quite unusable because they get filled with resin, and this fluorine coating basically prevents that from happening so fast. So yeah. They are quite expensive for scissors. It's like $25 one of these. What about kick? . Here, Diogo. Hi, Diogo. Yes, I'm using Godel. Yes. Love it. I love it. Billions of dollars. I love it. So yeah, Godel was developed by Martin Shkreli, the good pharma bro, infamous pharma bro. And it's quite nice because for all of the companies you can think of, you can pretty much just come here and do the quote, select the company. So I can make Abivax, which is a French biotech company, do equity and do, let's say, description, and it opens a description of the company, what it does, all of the data you need. Then you can also do Abivax CF, which is SEC filings, so you can quickly come to all of the SEC filings. Actually, this is not a good example. Let's say, I don't know, ExxonMobil, for instance, and we can do CF, and you can come here to the 10Qs or the 10Ks. Let's say here, 10Q, which is a quarterly report for American companies that are listed on the American Stock Exchange. And basically you can just see all of the filings right away, revenues. So pretty much the 10Q filing, if you know what it is. There's also another very cool feature, which is PREZE report. So all of the research reports from investment banking for many companies. So I don't know, UBS, Morgan Stanley. For me, since I'm on a cannabis business, I like to come here, search for cannabis, and then I got here reports. So for instance, quite an interesting report was flower exports, this one from Zwanik. So you have here all of the files, but pretty much you can see everything. JP Morgan reports, everything. And then you can customize also kind of the layouts of what you see. There's a chat here for different things, and you can see the quotes in live. Big here, so I'm also big into biotech mostly and cannabis stocks. There's this company called Abivax, which is French biotech, like I was saying. They are just building. They are a French biotech, and basically they developed this new drug called obefazimod with a new MOA, a new mechanism of action, which has been proven to be very effective for UC, for ulcerative colitis, and now they are finishing the phase 3. So basically they are almost submitting to go to market, and it's incredible. The drug is very strong. They have released a few data from the 96 weeks open label maintenance, and basically clinical remission in 55% of patients, 61 showed endoscopic improvements, and this is, where is it, compared to control. Yeah, it was like a twofold improvement on the conditions of these patients with ulcerative colitis. So it's a very strong drug. They have been trying to get acquired as per the the rumors from Eli Lilly, but apparently there's also a bid war in the backgrounds between LLY and AstraZeneca. So let's see. Not financial advice. NFA. Yeah, so we have here real goose. Yeah, we're building a galaxy genome here. So there's this database on Cannapedia, which is a library of cannabis genetics, and basically growers or people that develop varieties around the cannabis industry, they can send a sample of their tissue to this lab, which is the company is called Medicinal Genomics. This is it. Cannapedia is just their kind of library. So yeah, you can send a sample to Medicinal Genomics. They will sequence the genome of your sample, and then I don't know the process if you have to agree to. Tojo. Okay. Fazerem esse processo ou... Sim, sim, eles devem ter que ficar com os lotes em casa até validarem o processo. Pelo menos é assim que acontece na farmacêutica. Sorry guys, just a few phone calls for the job. I got here a message from Diogo. Yes, I have to try super cool preview on the stocks. I have quite a few cannabis and bio stocks as well. Yeah, Diogo. Yeah, biotech and cannabis is very dangerous, to be honest. Like biotech, you gotta know what you're doing because it's super volatile, and depending on the phase at which the biotech company is, if it's phase 2, phase 3, phase 1, if they will get an approval or not from FDA for their BLA or their submission to the market, if there's any unpredictable things, like, so there was this company called Sarepta Therapeutics, which has a drug for kids with Duchenne muscular disease, which is a kind of a disease that affects kids in an early age. The stock was doing nice. They have a lot of sales. It was like $300 or $400 million a quarter of sales from their portfolio of drugs. But unfortunately, one of the kids on the non-ambulatory cohort died because of the drug, and they had to stop it. And FDA issued a letter because of that. and suddenly the stock just tanks like 60 or 70%. So it's quite volatile and very dangerous. And cannabis is, yeah, it's kind of the same thing. So you have companies like Tilray, for instance. Here you can see Tilray, and if we go back in time, Tilray is kind of a meme stock as well, because in 2021, no, before that, yeah, in 18 it went to $1,000, then it went dead, and you have to understand that these cannabis stocks, a lot of them, especially the Canadian ones, not all of them, but yeah, a lot of the Canadian stocks, they really are ran by clowns, in a way that these guys, the management teams that operate these cannabis companies, they really don't care about the sustainability of the business or about the shareholder base or creating value for the shareholders. What they care about is taking as much money from the company as possible, via shares they get as kind of signing bonus or yearly bonus, whatever, or they're just their salary packages, and they just get it, and yeah, and they are there for 2-3 years, and then they get fired by the board, and another one comes over. It's been like that for on and on and on, with like multiple capital raises, multiple dilutions, and then like you dilute until you are at a dollar stock. Then once you are below $1, you get the letter from Nasdaq saying that you cannot be below $1, otherwise you get delisted. So then they do a reverse split of 1 to 10, basically 10 shares now equal 1, and then the stock goes back to $10. So it's been like this for on and on and on, and yeah, it's because these companies, you have to, if you go look like really deep on the bare bones, basically, let's say if we come here to Tilray, we come to the 10Q, you see that they are no longer a cannabis company. I mean, like, you see revenues here, yeah, revenues 217 million in the last quarter, ended in November. Cost of goods 160, gross profit 57, net loss 40 million. So they are fucking 40 million a quarter. But then if you come to the revenue split, what you see actually is, yeah, it's 67 million coming from the beverage industry. Oh, sorry, this is inventory. Let me just see here. Net revenue. Revenue. Yeah. So you see 53 million is beverage revenue, and then you see cannabis revenue of 90 mil, distribution revenue of 85 mil. So out of the 217, only so less than half is cannabis. The other like 60 or 65% of the revenues are not even cannabis, and this is because these guys have been acquiring businesses over and over and over with all of these dilutions. So basically they issue a capital raise, they dilute the shareholder base, they raise a bunch of capital, then they go shopping, they buy a beverage company because beverages with THC, whatever, so they buy a, I don't know, beer company, and they say, oh, we're going to make cannabis beer with THC, blah blah blah. Then the company already has $50 million in revenue, so they grow by acquisitions, and yeah, they buy a lot of distressed assets, I guess, but in the end it doesn't help the stocks. But then you have companies like Trulieve, or oh shit, gotta turn my VPN, or Green Thumb Industries, which are proper American cannabis companies. They call them MSOs, so multi-state operators, and these companies they have a foot in U.S. market, so they have assets on the ground, unlike Canadian companies, because Canadian companies they can be listed on the American Stock Exchange, so NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange, unless they don't have operations, plant-touching operations in the US, which they don't. So Tilray has operations in Canada and Portugal, and because they don't have any operation that touches the plant, which is still a federally illegal substance in terms of THC in the US, then they can list on the US stock, giving them access to capital and liquidity to these capital markets. But they need to operate outside of the US. Whereas American companies are positioned in the US soil, so they have assets in Florida, in California, in Oregon, in Colorado, doesn't matter. But they are prevented from listing on American stock exchanges because cannabis is still a Schedule 1 drug. But what we've seen now in the news is that President Trump actually wants to deschedule cannabis for a Schedule 3 drug, meaning that because of that, basically now companies can behave in a different way, American companies, and these companies that already have very strong assets in American soil, like Trulieve or Green Thumb or Glass House Farms, I think it's that the name, then they are already poised and they have the first mover advantage to actually take kind of a more consolidated approach in this scenario where cannabis is a Schedule 3 drug and not a Schedule 1 drug. And Tilray is not like that, because Tilray does not have operations in US. But because of that, Tilray still is the company that kind of skyrockets the most on this type of news, when there is kind of this news around Trump descheduling cannabis. They are the ones that always pump the most. Let's see here. Yeah, I think it was here around, when Trump announced that they were going to deschedule. Basically went to 16, and now it's dying again. Same thing here, MSOs, it's an ETF of the multi-state operators. So it was around here when President Trump announced that they wanted to deschedule cannabis, and it went from 3 something to 7, and now it's found a new kind of plateau before there's any more news. So these stocks are quite volatile because of that, because they live on the news and on expectations that President Trump now is creating around descheduling cannabis. But to actually find out the proper value of the company, you would need to make kind of a Warren Buffett type of value, intrinsic value calculations, where you see the cash flows of the companies and you project for the future what the company is worth. Because the scenario now with these American companies is that a lot of their expenses are taxes, which cannot be deducted in this scenario where cannabis is still a Schedule 1 drug. But if it becomes a Schedule 3, then there's a lot of these expenses and taxes that they can deduct as business expenses, and then it dramatically improves their P&L quite rapidly, and it improves the financial sustainability of the company very quickly, and that's quite attractive for investors, because then there is value on those companies that can be actually calculated, and the companies don't have to rely so much on always getting to raise more capital and get more dilution to shareholders. So I hope that explains a little bit, and also what is the power of tools like GoDel. So basically, GoDel is like a Bloomberg terminal. that the pros use, but it's much more affordable. Right now it's like $80 a month. It's still expensive, but yeah, if you want a tool as powerful as this one, that you can have all of the Wall Street information on your fingertips, then yeah, this is the value to pay. Plus, you also get this chat where you get to chat directly with many Wall Street guys. Shkreli is also in here somewhere. Yeah, here Martin. And Martin also streams quite frequently, so it's also quite nice to see him also here on a daily basis. Yo. Okay. Coming back to the Galaxy. Doutor Luís, tudo bem? Luís, ouvi dizer que vocês vêm cá fazer o conhecimento das máquinas agora dia 29 e 30, finalmente. É, não passo por aí. Ah, que trata disso. Pois eu também. Como só tinha o teu contacto, por isso é que eu. Não, eu só queria saber uma coisa, que depois posso também pôr por e-mail para ser mais fácil para encaminhar. Ahm, Vocês no conhecimento das máquinas, vocês têm alguma checklist ou algum documento vosso interno de. É? Sim, exato. Ah, mas eu tinha ideia que eles tinham dito que vocês vinham cá, ou é os holandeses que fazem isso? Sim. Ah, ok. Ok, ok. Ok. Básicas. Pois. E depois isso também sai algum relatório do técnico? Ou. É. Pois. Esperamos que não. E estão ali paradas há meses, não é? Pois. Não, eu estou a fazer essas perguntas porque um dos passos que nós também temos aqui com a Infarmed é fazer a validação aqui dos nossos processos internos e para fazermos essa validação também precisamos desse tipo de documentação, daí eu estar a perguntar. Mas depois, quando o técnico cá tiver e emitir esse relatório, isso depois para nós então é suficiente. Ok, está bem. Boa. Pronto, vamos lá ver então se pomos isso a trabalhar, que isto precisamos de arrancar com isto. É isso. Tá bom, Luís. Tá. Obrigado, um abraço. Tá, tchau. Obrigado.
Don't nobody else make me feel like. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Yeah. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Don't nobody else make me feel like. So don't nobody else make me feel like. Yeah. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Don't nobody else make me feel like. So don't nobody else make me feel like. Yeah. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Ooh. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Ooh. Don't nobody else make me feel like. So don't nobody else make me feel like. Yeah. Don't nobody else make me feel like. 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 Yeah. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Don't nobody else make me feel like. So don't nobody else make me feel like. Yeah. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Ooh. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Ooh. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Yeah. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Oh yeah. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Oh yeah. Don't nobody else make me feel like. That you love me too. Kisses don't come for free. So what you waiting for?
Charlotte, what's up? It will be a cannabis greenhouse, but there's no cannabis inside yet. In next coming weeks, we will be putting the first plants inside. But unfortunately, not yet, as we have to wait for the authorization to be able to I will enjoy my stream. Almost time to go pick up my baby girl from school. Charlotte, this is getting... I feel the vibe. My day is going very well, if it wasn't for the storming Portugal right now. I miss summer. By the way, if you guys want some PREZE merch, you can also go to our website and get it here. This is, don't worry, this is localhost. We are not in development. This is the live one on the merch side. You seems... I'm just starting, I'm not a streamer, I'm just a cannabis guy. making a cannabis company in Portugal and trying to be the best we can. Where are you from, if you don't mind me asking? I'm from Portugal. We are in Portugal, we are in the west part of Portugal, near a town called Ericeira, which is a very beautiful surfing spot in Portugal. And yeah, the company is located quite close to the sea, which is an advantage because we benefit from having the Atlantic breeze for the perfect climate for cannabis growing in our greenhouses. Let me go downstairs with you guys to show what I'm talking about. I think I can take over from the stream here, right, on my phone. Does it work? Am I sideways or? I don't know if I'm sideways or not. Maybe I'm sideways. Let me check. Am I sideways like this? Let me check YouTube. I got the follow. Thanks, Charlotte. You're very sweet. Let me see if I can see myself like this. Am I sideways or just trying to see? Let me check. And I'll take you downstairs. Yeah, I'm sideways. Okay, no worries. We make it right. We make it like this. No worries. Come on, let's see the greenhouse. Oh, sorry about that. You're still here.